Now, welcome back, learners. So now we're just going to do a quick recap of the lesson and see what we went through throughout this entire lesson. So remember, we looked at the main idea being the general reaction of an acid with a metal oxide. And then within that, we looked at what a metal oxide is, how do we get a metal oxide, what do we need to react together to get a metal oxide. And then we further went on to look at the pH of non-metal oxide solutions. So basically, what happens when you take a non-metal and dissolve it in water. We need to remember that the metal oxides, they are basic. When they're dissolved in water, they are basic, whereas the non-metal oxides, when they're dissolved in water, they are acidic. So that means if the metal oxides are basic, they will have a pH that is greater than 7. And the non-metal oxides, them being acidic, their pH is going to be 7. Remember, if a substance has a pH that is equals to 7, that means it is neutral. It's neither acidic nor basic. So therefore, metal oxides are basic, and then the non-metal oxides are going to be acidic. So we further looked at certain words such as acid, base, and the pH value to better explain what we went through throughout this entire lesson. Now, what I want you to take away from the entire lesson is the following. That's very important to remember. That's number one, the pH of metal oxide, once dissolved in water, will be above 7. And we do know if it's above 7, it means it is a base or it's basic. And that also, all salts can be produced from the reaction between an acid and a base. So whenever we are looking at the reaction between an acid and a base, the salt is always going to be produced in that reaction. Remember, the other byproduct doesn't necessarily have to be water because not all acid-base reactions are neutralization reactions. So because now they're dependent on the strength, you might find that the acid is more stronger in terms of the strength or the pH, it is more stronger than the base, so obviously the product will not be a neutral product. Number 3, non-metal oxides form an acidic solution when they dissolve in water, and that means they will have a pH that is less than 7. And if the pH is less than 7, they are acidic. And obviously we do know the further you move away from 7 towards 0, the stronger the substance is. And then lastly, when carbon dioxide dissolves in water, it produces carbonic acid, which is found in all fizzy drinks. So all the fizzy drinks that you are drinking, you should know from today onwards that they have this carbonic acid. And this carbonic acid, it is coming from the carbon dioxide being dissolved in water. So, I then have a question for you because I've been answering a lot of questions for you. Now I want you to answer this question for me. The question is, why does ammonium nitrate make an excellent fertilizer? So why do we choose, or why do farmers, or why do even your parents, or everyone that you know chooses to use ammonium nitrate as a fertilizer? Why is that the case? So I want you to answer this question, and I will see you next time. Bye.